Oh, okay, here we are. Welcome to the program. Brand new time slot, 5:30-ish. Running a little late today. Had some technical things going on. And also giving people a chance to get home in all this rain with the schedules we have here on bucsreport.com. It was really hard for me to find something that I can squeeze into a time slot where there's nobody already doing a show, plus all the things that I have going on. If you're new to the show, hello, I am Johnny B. I am a local comedian and radio personality, and of course now a member of Bucs Report for the last couple of months. And we're getting this thing rolling and just been getting our feet under us, trying to get ready for the season. And here we are, man. The season is right here upon us, 8 days away. The Bucs will play the Cowboys right here in Raymond James Stadium. I know we're all on the edge of our seats. We're so excited. It feels like this 8 days is going to be the longest 8 days ever. But we're here, man. And it'll be here before we know it. And we're all excited, man. Brian Ford announced just a couple of hours ago that is the president of the Bucs. Every ticket is sold for the entire season. And that's not just, general admission. I mean, all the suites are sold. All the club seats are sold. Everywhere you can sit in Raymond James Stadium for every game is completely sold out, which is amazing. Last year, we had no fans in the stands. It was looking pretty bleak with coronavirus. And this year, I mean, let's be honest, the virus has been worse, but we've managed to somehow work around it, through, vaccinations or people getting it and a lot more understanding on how to treat it and all that. We're not going to get into the virus on this Bucs show because before you know it, it'll get political. And that's one of the most annoying things to me in the world right now is how everything is politicized. And it doesn't matter what side you're on. you're equally annoying to me. So we're not going to talk about that stuff. We're going to talk football. Football and sports in general is the great escape. This is why we've always loved it, because when you're watching football or you're watching your favorite sport and your team, then you're not thinking about all the BS in the world. You're not thinking about, crap, and that's everything that's around us. Turn on the news if you want to get depressed, because that's what they're giving to us. So let's talk football. Let's talk our Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champs. And I know a lot of people, including the Bucs, are like, look, we're putting that behind us. We're moving forward. We haven't done shit yet this year. I get it. But you know what? As Bucs fans, we waited a long time to be world champions. And I think we're allowed to really bathe in the glory as long as we can. You can't take it away. We're the world champs until February, and maybe we can do it again. And a lot of people think we can, including Las Vegas, who has us right behind stupid Kansas City in the rankings to repeat. Will Durant, what is up? Get in the chat, guys. Pound the share button with all your friends. Get everybody in here. This is a streaming show that's really meant for me to just interact with you guys. I will have guests popping in. I have a lot of great ideas for some guests to bring in. And of course, members of Bucs Report will be popping in with me. I try to hop in on their shows too. They're all fantastic. I'm buddies with all of them. So make sure you support all the shows here on bucksreport.com. This is a budding website, and it's really, really starting to catch fire. So if you look up in the corner of my screen, it's not a humble brag. I am nominated for Best of the Bay in a few categories, but this show in particular, for some weird reason, I didn't do it. I'll be dead honest. When Creative Loafing's Best of the Bay, when they bring out their nomination forms, I will log on and nominate myself for like Best Comedian. But that's all I do, because I like to have a chance to win it. I've won it twice, but it's been a few years since I won that award. And I feel like, I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't nominate myself for Best Comedian. I've been doing it for over 20 years here. And somebody nominated Out of Bounds with Johnny B for Best Internet Radio Show. So if you have a chance, go vote for me. That'd be awesome. I'm somehow the only Bucs Report show that is represented, I think, in the Best of the Bay. So let's hop on, guys. Let's get Bucs Report in there as Best Internet Radio Show. And it'll also help me get the word out and, possibly grab a sponsor or two for this show. I really want this show to take off big time. I want it to be a go-to for people, for fans to tune in and interact and talk Bucs football. Here, I'll put a link up right now to Creative Loafing's Best of the Bay. Entertainment voting. Let's see. Let me get a copy. Bing. Look, I'm not used to producing and doing my own show. So I know I've talked about it on here before. Shut up, you fat bitch, and just do a show. I get it. So here we go. In the chat, I'm putting a link up if you want to go vote. Throw a little vote out there. It's fun to vote for your restaurants and things like that. I got a lot of friends that are entertainers, that are restaurateurs, that are influencers, maybe actors. And I go in there and I try to vote for all the people that support me, and we support each other. So go vote for them. It's great. We had Tommy Bassano on here from Bassano's Cheesecake about a month ago. Him and his wife and their restaurants, they're nominated for everything out there in Safety Harbor. So go vote for Tommy and Cindy as best couple. I was actually nominated, my girlfriend and I, a couple of years ago for that one. No shot. We didn't get it. I don't even think we think we're the best couple. I don't know. If you want to hop on the phone line, 727-592-8518. Of course, we're going to talk about the Bucs Cowboys coming up. I want to discuss that with you guys. And also the final 53. I didn't see any big surprises there. I was going to put out my prediction on the 53 like a lot of real journalists do, but I really thought my prediction would have been close to what some of the other folks predicted, and I didn't think there was any big surprises there. So we can go over that too. But look at this. This is the kind of excitement I want. See, Chris, let's go Bucs. We're all doing it, man. If you go out in public right now and you're wearing a Bucs hat, Bucs jersey, Bucs shirt, T-shirt, hoodie, whatever, people see it, and it's just we've always been this way with each other. We've always been like this big Bucs family, even in the most downtrodden times when we're just the worst, with just the doormats of the NFL, and we know how it feels. But now we can say hi to each other in public with a huge sense of pride, man. We're the best. It's crazy. I mean, it really is still crazy. You're number one on any list in my. Oh, Will, look at you, bud. Thanks, man. I am nominated for Best Comedian, Best Radio Personality, which I'm not going to get. In my opinion, my buddy Mike Calta will get that one. He deserves it. And I'm also nominated for Best Up and Coming Radio Personality, which it would be cool to win, but I've been in radio 8 years. I don't know. I'd rather have my producer and co-host Will Kuntz. He's also nominated. I'd like to see him get Up and Coming Radio Personality, because I think he's kicked so much ass in the last few years in terrestrial radio, and he does everything for the show. Like, we have just him and I. Normal shows have 4, 5, 6 people producing and doing everything else, and he does most of the hard work for the show. So I'd like Will to win that. That'd be nice. All right, back to Bucs football. Pound the share button, hop on the chat. Let's talk Bucs. I want to see how 5:30 works as a time slot. I really think, a lot of people are coming home, and kind of getting settled in. Look, I'm not telling you watch this show on your phone mount in your car. It's not safe. Do it. Just do it. All right, 727-592-8518. All right, let's talk practice squad. The Bucs announced their practice squad today. This is another one. No surprises here, really. I expected Ryan Griffin not to make the 53. I expected them to sign him if he didn't clear or if he cleared waivers. That's exactly what happened. Look, everybody roots for Ryan Griffin. He's a great guy. He's been a great Buccaneer, but reality is he's never going to start for an NFL team. He's going to be a career backup. He's going to make a great living. He already has. He's good to have on your team to run scout teams. And, if it came down to the nitty gritty and you lost 2 or 3 quarterbacks, he could come in and possibly win a game for you, especially with the supporting cast we have here. But I never expect to see Ryan Griffin on the field playing for this Buccaneers team. Maybe 4 years ago you would see it, and I think we did see it 3 years ago for a few plays when Jameis went out. But yeah, not really going to happen. Wide receivers, Grayson got re-signed to the practice squad. Johnson, who I thought kind of stunk in the preseason, yeah, he got back in. McElroy back in. I really kind of hated to see Tanner Hudson leave. He was one of those guys we all rooted for, and yeah, I guess he just wasn't well-rounded enough. You got to block in Bruce Arians' offense. If you're going to play tight end for this team, you got to block. You can't be out there, pulling a Tim Tebow and whiffing on blocks. Besides that, Herb Miller, I would have liked to have seen him made the team. He was solid after we picked him up last year, but I like who we kept. I really do. Delaney showed out, and he earned that spot. He earned that last cornerback spot. So good for him. Either way, if you look at the final 53, I'm super happy with it. I really couldn't ask for a better roster. Somehow we got better in the offseason. We didn't lose anybody. We all know the story. Brought back all 22 starters and then added Gio, Bernard, and the running backs is nothing changed. I don't even know who else was on the preseason running back roster. I don't even know. I mean, I only know the 4 guys, and they're all on the team. So, all righty. What up, Frederick Brown? Look at this guy. All right. Hop on in here. This is interesting. I want to see how many people are listening in the late afternoon, not at nighttime. So we have a lot of great shows. Of course, Wednesday's lineup is really, really good here on BucsReport.com. Also, follow and interact on all the social media. Twitter, if you're on it. If you're not following me, I don't know what you're doing. I've been tweeting Bucs stuff since Twitter came out, at Johnny B Comedy on Twitter. You'll see me there. I got the little blue check somehow, some way a few years ago. I got lucky. I just got lucky on that one. Also, Instagram and TikTok, you can find me on Johnny B Tampa. So, yeah, TikTok. I'm a 14-year-old girl putting out TikTok videos, really just offensive jokes, mostly on TikTok. So, yeah. Shared like a bad rumor in church. You're right, Matt. You're right. Share it. Share everything. Go ahead. It's easy. You can grab this page, put it up on your Facebook, put it up on your social media, let everybody know the show's going on. We're talking Bucs football, and I want to talk about game predictions. I know we're 8 days away. I want to know what you guys really think. And I'm not talking about like as a fan throwing out some crazy number. What do you really think is going to happen next Thursday night when Dak Prescott, coming off that horrific injury, no play time in the preseason? Is he really going to be ready for this Bucs defense? And how have they improved as a defense? I mean, they drafted so many defensive players. A lot of people are expecting their defense to step up and be great, but they have to prove it against our offense. And if you watch that last game against Houston, we started off real crappy. That first drive was just a dumpster fire. And then something clicked. I'm pretty sure Bruce Arians walked over to Byron Leftwich and said, let's light that ass up. And that's what happened. The next two drives, it was just Brady being Brady, just surgically dismantling a bad football team. You had Vernon Hargraves out there, looking like Vernon Hargraves. So that's the Bucs offense that we wanted to see coming into this game against the Cowboys. And I don't think the Cowboys want it. They might say they want it, but they don't want it. So it should be a high scoring game. Here's look, Fred, I would like to see this score. 34-10 Bucs. That would be nice. My fear, and I don't know about fear, but my expectations are that the Bucs defense, they're not going to be bad like a normal Bucs defense in the beginning of a season. I don't think that's happening ever again for a while. But most defenses in the first couple of games aren't playing up to their standards. It might not be that playoff Bucs defense. It'll be a better first week Buck defense. It won't be a Lovie Smith Bucs defense at all. But I don't know if we're going to hold them to 10 points. All right. Look at this one. 42-3. Dude, it could happen. It could totally happen. I mean, I would not be shocked if we stomp their asses in the ground. I would not. But I also wouldn't be shocked if it was a close game either. It's so hard to tell how people are going to come out and play in the first week, 4 quarters, all the starters. I have a lot of confidence. Normally, as Bucs fans, we don't have a lot of confidence in week one. We may, rah, rah, rah. Ooh, we're going to be so good. Hey, we're going to the Super Bowl. We signed Trent Dilfer, baby, from Fresno State. We can't lose. Yeah, we can. But this team, they should have our confidence. They're Super Bowl champs, man. We're not the same pieces of doo-doo we used to be. So we should go into this first game feeling pretty good. So 42-3, though. I don't know, man. That's interesting. I mean, I can see it. I mean, look what we did to Green Bay, at Raymond James Stadium, when we just came off a game where we looked like crap and we just beat the doo-doo out of Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I mean, the Bucs had the ability to stomp a mud hole in anybody. Look what we did to the Kansas City Chiefs back in February. I don't know if you guys saw that game. It was a good one, though. And, yeah, we beat the doo-doo out of them, too. So, I don't know. Like I said, it could be a blowout. It could be. This is I feel like I'm talking in circles like a dumbass, but yeah, this is all right. You want my prediction now? I wanted to see some of yours first. I'll give you mine now. And let's see who's closest too. I think the Bucs win this game. Yeah. And I think they cover right now. 7.5 is what Vegas has for the spread. And that's moved up from the last 2 weeks. It was 6. All home teams get 3 points on the Vegas line. I don't know if you knew that or not, but that's automatic for a home team, no matter how bad they suck or how good they are. And the Bucs right now, 7.5 is a big spread. Okay, so do they cover that? Yeah, they cover that. I think the Bucs win this game by 10 or 11 points. I think, the Cowboys, they're not too bad on paper. Their offense looks really good on paper, so it's going to be tough. But not that tough. I think the Bucs win this game 31-20. It will be the final score. My prediction, 31-20 Bucs. We put it in the comments so that we have a record of it. That way you guys can't say, oh, Johnny B didn't say that. Boom. It's right there on the Bucs report. Boom, boom. On all the stuff right here. 31-20. Bucs win this game. All right. Hop on. 727-592-8518. If you'd like to join the show, I got it all in here, baby. I may be having some guests pop in here too. So feel free to hop in. I got the link up for anybody who wants to hop in on the Zoom. I want to see what you look like on your stupid webcam. Go ahead. Hop in. Don't be afraid on your phone, whatever. Hop in on your toilet. I really don't care. I don't give a crap. All right. Pop in, bitch. I'm sorry. That was rude. I apologize. That's not good. I'm trying to get a sponsor for the show. I can't go around calling people bitches. It's a problem. I can't help it. I say it to people. It's not always negative. I just say bitch to people. It's rude. If you want to come out and see my stand-up comedy while I'm waiting for a guest to pop on, this weekend I'm in Seminole, Florida at Finley's Irish Pub and Eatery. Saturday and Sunday I'm in Bradenton at 88 Live Piano Bar, headlining both shows. So hop on in there. It'll be fun. Yeah. All right. Let me get a meltdown real fast. All right. My meltdown, and look, I'll give you the sounder too. If you got something that's ever got you pissed off about football or anything with sports media or the fans of another team, feel free to melt it down, baby. So if you're paying attention to my Twitter feed over the weekend, I put out a tweet and I put it on Facebook, and it was a joke about Jameis Winston. All right. It wasn't meant to mock or make fun of or be insensitive towards people that have been or may become victims of a natural disaster. It's a classic misdirection joke, folks. That's what I did. I went on and I tweeted out to pray for the people in Louisiana because they may be facing the biggest catastrophe in years. And I said, sources say Jameis Winston has been named the starting quarterback for the Saints. That's the joke. And when I made the tweet, okay, Ida wasn't a hurricane. Ida was a tropical storm, barely over Cuba. I wasn't thinking about, I wasn't trying to make fun of people. And Saints fans, oof. Not only were they pissed off, but there was a lot of them working hard to try to cancel me. Yeah, cancel me. They were going after me. I mean, hard. And I was loving it for a little while. I'm like, this is great. I want to be hated by Saints fans. I really do. Screw them. But then I started thinking about, what if you're not a football fan? What if you're about to lose your house, literally, from a hurricane? And I had a moment of, clarity. And I kind of thought outside of being a football fan and how somebody may take that the wrong way. They don't see the joke. It's hard to really determine tone in a tweet. You can read it with whatever tone you want to read it in. So I started thinking, look, I don't want to upset somebody that's about to lose their house. So I took down the tweet, and I never take down tweets. Never do it. And I posted on there, hey, look, Saints fans, I was picking on your quarterback, not the destruction of your state. And they were still going in on me. Oh, way to backpedal, pussy. I'm like, oh, geez. Twitter is the wild, wild west. Good luck in there. I love it because I'm not afraid. But I also work for a radio station that, it's corporate media. And I didn't want to put them at a decision if all of a sudden, people start saying, wow, this radio personality in Tampa is making fun of people losing their homes. That wasn't my angle at all. But that's how some people took it, so I took it down. So, Saints fans, go ahead, I guess. Try to cancel me. It's ridiculous. You're just hurt. You're butthurt because we beat that ass in the playoffs. And I'm sorry. And look, I really do feel for anybody that's been hit hard by this hurricane. But when I made the tweet, the hurricane was not a hurricane. It was a tropical depression, and I didn't know. So it's just aggravating, man. The mob of people that came after me on Friday and Saturday, it was crazy, man. And thanks a lot, Bucs fans, for defending me. There was a lot of you on there. Let's bring a guest in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's the head bitch in charge. Look at this, sweetheart. I guess he's there. Hello. Oh, hey, Dumpling, are you here?
Hey, Johnny, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, good, man. I like the avatar. That is nice. How's it going?
I'm just thinking, me and you should get together. I don't know. Next time there's a tornado, we can make. Okay. Anyway, I saw the tweet. I love the tweet because I know, as a Bucs fan and a Seminoles fan, making fun of Jameis is pretty easy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever need flies swatted around your house, Jameis Winston's got you covered. If you ever need, I don't know, a deal on crab legs, Jameis got you covered. If you ever need a pick six going the other way, he's also got you covered. So I thought it was funny. Yes, I know how people can get sensitive. I made a horrible joke online back, a couple years after Katrina, and they tried to cancel me before there was cancel culture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, back then, Facebook, all you do is just start another profile with a middle finger and keep it moving. Anyway, as far as you Saints fans, you can fornicate yourself with a stick.
Oh.
Okay, after you recover from the hurricane, we sympathize. We're Floridians. We understand. And we hope you all are safe because we need you there when the team, the Buccaneers, kicks your ass. So get healthy, get better. Seriously, prayers out to everybody affected by the storm, not just in Louisiana, but throughout the South and I guess halfway through the Midwest up into Pittsburgh. Gosh, Johnny D might have got a hurricane in Pittsburgh, that grouchy old bastard.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I want to point out that we have a gentleman here on screen, Matt from Oklahoma. Now, typically, when a Matt from Oklahoma calls in, it would be very Branch Davidian-ish.
Yeah.
But we know Matt here. He's host of Miscreant Mayhem here on Bucs Report. He's a really solid guy. Aside from the fact that his profile picture looks like a artist rendering of DB Cooper. But that
could be. I don't claim not to be him. Let's just go there.
Well, I saw your house, dude. You might be DB.
I mean, he looks very Oklahoma. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? He looks like
I look Oklahoma, but I'm from Brandon, so that work. Who the hell?
That's weird because that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now, Matt. Look, there you go.
Hey, Johnny, you're getting a glimpse into your future, buddy.
There you go.
Look, man, as a fat middle-aged man, any future is a good future. I don't care what it looks like. Okay, I just want to be here for it. Shout out! Look at that. The Bills' Godfather is in the building. This guy's a buddy of mine, and he's up in Buffalo watching right now. So what's up, Big Bear? Good to see you, pal.
Hey, shout out to Bills Mafia.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I've always loved the Bills and the Bills fans because. And I've talked about this on the show before. The Bills, they kind of remind me of just a cold weather Bucs team for years. And just, really strong fan base, blue collar fan base, kind of a low market team. I mean, now Tampa's becoming a big market, so in a lot of ways, but just a grimy fan base. I mean, they throw their people through tables. We get drunk and barf on Packer fans. I mean, it's like the same, really.
Well, I think it's a little different in that they get drunk, go to 4 Super Bowls and lose and put each other through tables. We get hammered and throw Lombardis across the river.
There you go.
I mean, we're cooler. There's no doubt.
We are. I mean, look at you. Look at you. Look at him. Look at you. Look at him.
It's fine. But they actually made me an honorary member of the Bills Mafia a couple of years ago because I was on my terrestrial show, saying how I always root for the Bills. They're like my AFC team that I root for. Most people in Florida, they kind of go with the Dolphins as like their AFC team. And that's something we could talk about too. Is it okay to have an AFC team to root for? I think it is. I think the Bucs are your team, no matter who they play. Like when the Bills come to Raymond James, I'm rooting for the Bucs. Obviously, I'm not a Bills fan that day, but I like to have a secondary team, an AFC team, and I think it's because back, in the old days, in the '80s, when the Bucs were never in the playoffs, you needed somebody to root for in the postseason. And I kind of like. I kind of didn't want to root for an NFC team, even though I liked the 49ers with Montana and all those guys in the 80s and early 90s. But I always liked rooting for the Buffalo Bills. And even when they lost, I was like, I felt horrible for them. Scott Norwood, wide right, at Tampa Stadium. And it's just like, there's something about the Bills and the Bills fans. I've always rooted for them, and I like them now, man. They got a great team. They're fun to watch. So,
how many other teams besides the Vikings can say they actually? Well, the Vikings didn't do it consecutively, but the Bills did something historic with the 4 in a row, whether they won or not.
Yeah,
nobody's done that. So
pretty sad
though. Good back in the day.
Let me point out. Hey, Buffalo, your loss to the New York Giants in the Super Bowl. In what we used to call the Big Sombrero, if you remember that launched a mini dynasty and a full-fledged dynasty in the fact that New York Giants went on to win another Super Bowl after that, I believe, and be a dominant team for quite a while. But who was the coordinator of that Giants team? Do you guys know?
Oh, it was Bill Belichick was the defensive coordinator.
So there you go. So Bill Belichick has been your daddy Buffalo fan for what, 20 years?
Jesus,
25
man.
years?
Come on. We're trying to be nice. Sorry, Bear. Good God.
I like chicken wings.
Let's go to the phones right now and see who we got on here, boys. You're on Out of Bounds with Johnny B and Matt and Head Bitch. Who's this?
Bill Belichick is not our daddy.
It's Bear from Buffalo. Oh, that was so mean. I'm sorry, dude.
Gentlemen.
What's up, buddy? Hey, Bear. What's up, bud?
How you doing, guys? So mean. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, this is fun. We got a bunch of people
on. JB?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
You ready for this year, buddy?
I am ready. I'm ready to go. I'm in my studio. I got Yankee candles burning.
You got 8 days. You got 8 days to go. We got 11.
Yeah, and you guys, first game of the season. Who are you kicking off against?
Well, I'll be rooting for you Thursday night. Nobody hates the Cowboys more than I do, buddy.
That's true. I hate them too. I hate them a lot. So they are not America's team. They're doo-doo is what they are.
Listen, JB, I just wanted to call in and tell you, great show as always. And, you're just like you're allowed to have a team in each conference. Obviously, being that I lived in Tampa for so long and came back to Buffalo, so many of you Buck fans, you've all got my heart. So, I'm rooting for you guys, except December when we come down. Look out for the Mafia. We're going to take over Tampa, buddy. It should be a great game.
Yeah,
and
look,
looking forward.
We're looking
forward to seeing you not only in Tampa, Johnny. We're looking forward to seeing you in the Super Bowl this year, buddy.
That's what I was about to say. It doesn't matter who wins that game in December. I think we see them again in February. So that's my prediction. So
yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Well, thanks, Bear. Appreciate it, buddy. Good talk to you, man.
Guys. Enjoy.
Later, bud. There you go. I think that's going to be, I know, Matt, you probably agree that's going to be a preview to the Super Bowl, probably. So we'll see.
The Bills are strong, but you got Cleveland. You got that Baker.
Yeah. Hey, let's bring Let's bring Steve in with us. Look at this guy. Hey, man, what's going on, bud?
What's up, Johnny? How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Good to have you on here, dude. What's happening? 8 days away. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm going to be out there for the game, so I'm looking really forward to it. I'm here in Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm going to be out for the first game of the season, so I'm looking forward.
Nice. Very, very nice. Now, I don't know if you were listening. Saints fans want me dead, which is fine. I just saw earlier that I guess that first game against the Packers, they're going to play it in Jacksonville, which is kind of crazy. Now, that's a 3-hour drive for me. Like, what are the chances if I go up there, I make it out of the stadium? I'm thinking about going. It's,
You should go.
Why not? I may have to dig up a Packers jersey. I think I got a niche key or something in my closet, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about doing a little troll job. Just going up there. I don't know.
Dressed as a hurricane. However you.
Oh, you know what? I'll wear a Jameis jersey and I'll just I'll super glue some roof tiles to my back and stuff. And no, I won't do that. That's too mean. I'm sorry. But yeah,
I like the old school flag you got in the background, brother. That's nice.
Thanks, man. I mean, that's me, man. Old school all day long. I got the old back behind me. That's the old Warren Sapp action figure that I got in 2005, I think. I don't know. I have a lot of Bucs stuff. I have a guitar that's not illuminated. Alexa, turn on Fat Cave light. Boom, there it is. See? All right. We got it.
I like it. I dig it. It's all right.
I love it. I love that I could tell her to do stuff, but if I tell my girlfriend something, she just flips me off. It's not good at all.
Alexa's wonderful.
She is the best. Now, Steve, what do you think about this game? And I know we're kind of ahead of ourselves. I mean, I'm doing another show the day before the game, so we'll be really getting pumped up for the game. I was talking about predictions, and I'd like to get yours too, Matt, if I didn't get it already. Like a realistic prediction of this game, how it's going to unfold, what the score possibly could be. I put my prediction up there. I think Bucs 31-20, because I think that's a realistic score. What do you guys think?
I'm looking at something similar to what you just said, 27, 30 points. I don't think that Dak is going to be ready. I think he's going to get ghosts, and we're going to scare the hell out of him with a bunch of big guys coming at him from one way or the other. And it should probably be 17 points for Dallas, and then we get whatever we get. We always seem to get 30. So if we keep that tradition up, which I hope we do, that'll be a good game. And they can go home. I can't stand Dallas. They're natural to this neighborhood here, and I can't watch them. I cannot do it anymore. Back in the day, I could, before Troy and all of that, but lately it's just a joke. So we'll send them home with the tail between their legs and move on to whoever's after that. I don't have the schedule in front of me.
See, I have a different reason for hating the Cowboys. I mean, I have a few reasons, right? Number one, calling yourself America's team is the most douchey thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, it's ridiculous. You haven't won anything in 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, but the reason why, and it goes way back. If you think about where pain really comes from, it's usually from your childhood, right? And I don't know how long you guys have been Bucs fans, but I remember Danny White and Tony Dorsett breaking my little chubby heart in the strike shortened season when we played them in the playoffs. And I don't know if you remember this, but they even had a little a fake a parody of a country song that they were playing on local radio here. Mamas, don't let your babies go cheer for the Cowboys. Yeah. And I mean, we were fired up. We thought this was going to be our year. We were going to do it. And they beat our butts. And I cried. It was the second time in my childhood I cried. The first time was the 79 championship game against the Rams. And I remember walking back to the car with my dad, and my dad just berating me because I'm crying. I was 7, Dad. I was 7. Okay. Jeez, it broke my damn heart, Papa. Yeah. And the same thing. Danny White, you son of a bitch. And you jerk, you butthole. Yeah. So that's why I hate the Cowboys, because they hurt me as a child. And anytime you do that to somebody, yeah.
You're on a roll, man. I gotta apologize. I got to take kids to church. Didn't even realize what time it was. But
like,
Johnny,
really take them to church, or is that some weird way of saying you got to poop?
No, that's actually what I got to do. And one of them's not located. We don't know where the number 2 son is. So I got
Oh my
get on
God.
that task.
Oh, Oklahoma. All right, Matt. Well, good seeing you,
All right.
bud.
If he ever tells
fun.
you he's got to drop the kids off at the pool.
Right.
Oh my Lord. You guys have a good day, man. I'll
All right,
talk to you
Matt.
another time.
Good hearing from you, pal. All right, Steve. Let's get your prediction on the game. How do you think it's going to unfold? And give me a score, buddy.
I actually like your prediction, but I'm going to go 38-20. I wasn't going to say that before because previously, like on our show, I used to say, I'm going to be surprised if the Cowboys beat the Bucs simply because they haven't played each other in a while. First game of the season, all that kind of stuff. They can maybe be a little overhyped. But after seeing Dak not play in the preseason or hardly play in the preseason, him having shoulder issues, yeah, I think we're going to beat them pretty handily.
Yeah.
I think it'll be an 18-point beatdown. I really do, because I think I think Dan, what's his name? The old coach for the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh yeah. Why am I brain farting his name too?
I think he's a good defense coach.
Quinn.
He's not a great. That's good, Dan Quinn. I think he's a great defensive coordinator. Maybe not the greatest coach, but I don't think it's going to turn around that quickly because there's all kinds of new pieces, all kinds of new faces, and he's got to get all that together. And I just don't see that happening in the first game where we have the upper hand and we have everybody from last year back. So that's a big plus in our favor. And we're playing at home. Yeah, I think it's going to be a beatdown. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm in Dallas. But I'm with you. The number one thing I cannot stand. I have friends who are Cowboys fans who constantly talk about those 5 Super Bowls. And I'm like, dude, my son was 3 years old the last time you guys won a Super Bowl. He's a full-grown man, almost 30. Stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like I was married to an Eagles fan for years, real evil alcoholic lady. And I mean, that's Eagles fans. And like her family hated me from the get-go because I had Bucs stuff all over my home. Sorry, I'm rooting for my team. I'm born and raised in Tampa. So they would try to dog me out. And this was way before the Eagles won a Super Bowl. And they, I remember having the argument. They're like, well, we won in 1960. I'm like, there was no NFL. There wasn't no NFL in 19. It was 7 teams. You beat a barbershop. What are you talking about? Like, that's not real football. You jack off. Like, get out of my house. God, you're gonna soil my championship vibe here. Yeah, so it's stupid. The other day I had a Yankees fan talking smack about the Rays, and look, I grew up a Yankees fan. Oh, just hold on. Anyway, I grew up a Yankees fan because we didn't have a team in Tampa then. And so I still, like, in the back of my, my heart, I still, care about the Yankees, but I'm a Rays fan. I'm a homer. And this guy came at me. He goes, yeah, 27 championships. I'm like, well, 20 of them were in the 20s. You know what I mean? You can't count that. That was before the Hispanics and blacks were allowed to play. That's not fair. Yeah, I mean, put a big asterisk on that one. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm more skeptical when a white guy walks up to the plate. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, come on, man. Can we live in the now a little bit, pal? Like, just a little bit. But I agree with you on the Bucs prediction. And my buddy Tim Dobbins, it's good to see you on here, buddy. You just made me feel really good. He's been dealing with COVID and stuff, so I'm glad he's on here. Yeah, it makes me very happy. And a lot of people are. So, I mean, I know I'm recovered from it from several months ago, and I think everybody I know now has either had it or they're vaccinated or both. Or both. Yeah. So, that just makes me happy to see that. But as far as your prediction, I was kind of like, I was worried a little bit that this might be one of those games, like a letdown game, where we go into it. But what made me feel really good was that last game. And I know it's preseason and you shouldn't take a lot from a preseason game, but it's the little things that if you really watch and really pay attention. And the one thing that stood out to me that made me feel super confident about this game coming up was Shaq Barrett. If you saw the motor on him over the weekend playing against, Tyrod Taylor, chasing Tyrod Taylor down. And it looked a lot like what he did to Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, where he was just hassling and just harassing this guy is the word. That's the word I wanted. And that's a problem. It's a problem for any quarterback, and it's going to be a problem for Dak Prescott because I don't care how confident he may seem in the interviews. He just had his ankle blew up.
Bingo.
And it's going to take a minute mentally. He's going to have to take some real hits. He's going to have to get chased around before he gets back to where he needs to be. And it's tough to do when you have JPP and Shaq Barrett. And of course, a healthy Vita Vea up the middle. And then, God forbid, in the third and fourth quarter, you put a fresh Joe Tryon out there to chase your ass around. It's going to be a problem for them, and it's going to affect their game plan. And I know what they want to do is get Zeke established early, but the Bucs have been the best run defense for a couple of years now, so I don't think that's a problem either. So, yeah, I think this thing – on paper could be a blowout. It could be a really, really nasty blowout. So,
well, I don't think their offensive line used to be really, really good, and they're not what they're old now. They're not what they used to be. So,
right. Yeah, that's a big point too. And I'm not even worried about great offensive lines. The Bucs, play good offensive lines. Green Bay's had good offensive lines. The Saints, arguably one of the best offensive lines. And, you're dealing with a defense that's just stacked across the board, and now they have a year under their belt, and it's just, I don't think it's going to be the game people think it's going to be. I think they want it to be a close game, and I think the national media would love to see the Cowboys win this game. They would. But it's not going to happen there, Steve. Not going to happen, buddy.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there for all the destruction. It's going to be fantastic.
I know, man. And you're flying in from Dallas to watch this team. I gotta be honest. I really would like to see a game in Dallas in that big ass stadium. I think that would be really cool.
It's a nice stadium. I almost wish they were playing out here. It's a very nice stadium.
Well, yeah. Then you don't have to pay for a plane ticket, and you can just drive right down there. So, yeah.
I would save the fortune on the hotel room too. But no, I think the thing that when you go to because you sound like you've never been, right, Cowboy Stadium.
I've never been in the stadium. I've been to Dallas 4 or 5 times. I've played the Improv there. And
nice.
Yeah, I mean the city itself sucks, but I mean, yeah, the Improv's great. But yeah, you got that spaghetti bowl thing, the interstate thing. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. But the thing about the stadium, though, Jerry started this whole super stadium type deal, $1 billion stadiums. And it's a phenomenal stadium, but the problem is when you watch the game, because the screens are so large, and a lot of stadiums are doing this now, the screens are so large and they're very impressive, those high-def screens.
Oh, yeah.
You spend your time watching the screen rather than watching the game. And I'm thinking, like, I could have done this at home. I could pay $50 or $100 for a ticket to sit here and watch this, man. I could have just done this at home. But it's great for the cheerleaders. I'm telling you, they come up really well in the spring.
Yeah, I'm glad we still have cheerleaders, Steve. I'm glad we still have them. I know that there was talks, in the last couple of years, that we don't want to sexualize the ladies, and people are getting a little too woke. It's like hey, don't take these jobs away from these cheerleaders. They like doing it. So what? I mean, I like to watch them cheer for the enthusiasm. I'm not looking at their bodies,
No, we would never do that.
No
spirit, man.
Yeah, that's a young lady with a mind and a spirit. I mean,
Absolutely.
So what? She's got butt and boobies and all that. It's fine. Did you ever see what was it, like Making the Cut or whatever? They had a documentary series about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders for a while.
Yes.
And it was brutal. Like this lady that was like the coordinator or whatever you call her, the choreographer, she would just tell girls, "You're fat. You're not going to make the team." And I'm looking at this girl. She weighs 115 pounds. I'm like, damn, I don't want this lady to catch a whiff at me. Like this lady walks by me at Target. She's going to slit my throat. Jeez, get out of here, you gelatinous mess. What a mean, evil lady. Jeez. I'll take any of those fat girls on my cheerleading squad. I don't have one, but you know what I'm saying.
You gotta be the best of the best to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, and that they also spawn that across the league now. And I still think, maybe I'm missing a team. I still think they got the hottest cheerleaders. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan, I still think they got the hottest cheerleaders. I mean, I like the Tampa Bay cheerleaders. I just think Dallas they got to step up from a cheerleader perspective.
I think hot girls are hot girls. I think all the teams probably have the same caliber. Like, I think they're all beautiful. You know, I think they're all
They're
talented.
Don't get me wrong. The Tampa Bay girls and that sun.
I miss the old swashbucklers. You know what I mean? I miss the old school Bucs cheerleaders that came out there looking like little pirate ladies and all that stuff.
They need to go back to that. Yes.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers cheerleader TV show. Did we have one of those? I think I recall something like that. It was probably on the Bucs website. They do a great job, by the way. Watching like what is the current?
Yes, they do a phenomenal job on the current.
My God, I have not seen. Have you seen an episode of Hard Knocks this year yet?
I have not.
Nah,
I have not watched one.
No interest.
I don't care. I don't care. It's Dallas. I don't care.
I watched a little bit of last year when they did the Chargers and Rams both during the pandemic, and it really just depressed me because it was like everything was like, oh, I got to swab my nose every 5 seconds. Oh God, I was like, I don't want to see this crap. I'm dealing with this here. You know what I mean? So
right.
I watch football to not see you swab your nose and all that stuff. So
I think the parents should get an award because those episodes they put together, that is really good TV. They
got Ryan narrating it, and he's he's a Tampa legend. They do a fantastic job. To me, it's what Hard Knocks used to be, but just for the Bucs. You know what I mean? It's well done. I like it a lot. By
the way, the Bucs are already getting disrespect because I know you're probably familiar with the ratings that some of the players got in the Madden game. It's way lower.
I'm boycotting it. This is the first year, Steve. I haven't bought Madden. I haven't bought it. Like I always pre-order Madden and I get it 2 days early. I pay the $100 or whatever. And I almost bought it a couple of days ago. I was right there. I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. And I was like, you know what? Screw them. I'm not doing it.
I didn't buy it either. I'm with you. I'm like, nah, fam. And then of course the NFL 100 came out with their top 100 list. And although there's $8 on it, Brady was number 7.
Sure. Yeah.
And this is based on what they did the previous season. Right? Brady was number 7. Really?
Yeah.
Got into a brand new team during a COVID year. Didn't know any of the players except for the guys he invited to show up. And hadn't even been to the playoffs in 13 years. Took them to a Super Bowl, and they finished 7-9 the year before. And he's number 7 on your list. Stop it. And then there's a brand new list. I forget who the guys were that came out. It's a brand new list that came out I think it was today. It was the top 20 players for what they expect to happen this season. The top 20 players for this season.
Right.
Brady was number 20.
Okay. Yeah, they don't have anything to do. NFL Network has nothing to do in the offseason. It's the most ridiculous programming I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even kidding. A couple of years ago, I was watching in like March before it was at that lull between combine and the draft. And I swear to you, I thought I was having some sort of a fever dream or I was on acid. I turn it on and these sons of bitches are doing a whole segment on who would win in a real fight, a panther or a jaguar? I'm like, what the hell?
Am I doing that?
I'm like, what are we doing? Just turn this shit off. Just give me the rainbow bar screen for 2 months. You know, the test pattern. I don't care. Give me white noise. Give me poltergeist for 2 months. If that's what you're gonna give me. I don't want to see who do you think would out arm wrestle each other? Bill Belichick or Bruce Arians? Hey, suck it. We don't want to hear this crap. Let's talk football. Jerk-offs. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It sounds like you're talking about the morning show. The morning show is a little ridiculous, I get, because it's like they're trying to be regular television morning shows that have a lot of stupid crap on it. Let's just talk about football. There's plenty of stuff to talk about.
I watch the morning show for Kay Adams. She's
she is smoking. And I don't care if people don't like me saying that. That woman is fine.
I don't care if my girl's in the other room watching. I don't care.
She's like 4 feet tall, but she's fine.
Yeah. For Halloween, I want my girl to dress up as Kay Adams. She's pretty fine. And who's the other girl on NFL Network that I think is underrated? She's like the nerd. Cynthia.
Oh my God. Cynthia Freeland. The one who wears the glasses and stuff.
Yeah, she's like the fantasy like guru. Like she really is like unbelievably intelligent. Like she knows like the numbers behind the numbers. Yep. But when I watch her, I go, I watch it. I go, does she know she's hot as hell? Like she is like librarian Pornhub channel hot as hell. Cynthia.
Anyway, and the best part is I've seen her in both ways, because I've seen her when she felt like a radio podcast, so she doesn't dress up for it. It's because it's more with internet stuff, and they show her and she totally is. She is not that hot, but that's the best part. She's that girl. She's the kind of woman. I used to say that. If I was a professional athlete, because all these guys get in trouble for getting stupid stuff, even with these IG models, these Instagram models. Yeah, right. Like there's such a thing, but they get in trouble with all these women, right? I said, all these guys. If I was a professional athlete, I said this all the time. Because I played a little bit of sports when I was younger. I said I would hire a hot girl to not look hot, and she's my personal assistant. Everywhere we go, she's got in the glasses with the hair pulled back. She's a nerdy looking girl. I said, however, when the game's over, your job is to look like Cynthia Freeland when I get back to the room.
Oh, okay. All right. I always think it's fun. Like, I always want to see what the players' wives look like, you know, and not to really judge them, but maybe a little bit. But I always have respect for the guys whose wives are they're beautiful, but they don't look like fake, like Barbie dolls, you know.
Right. That's what Dominic Sue's wife is like that. She's pretty,
gorgeous,
she's like a normal babe. And
yeah.
I dig that. I dig that about him.
But at the same time, I actually get visibly upset if they're with an ugly lady, right? And look, I know I sound shallow right now, and I'm going to continue for a moment. Like, my perfect example is back, I don't know, 20 years ago, the first time I saw Kurt Warner's wife, right? And look, she's a nice lady. I'm not trying to be mean, but they had the same haircut, Steve, you know? And I remember yelling at the TV going, hey, you're in the Super Bowl, Kurt. You're not working a grocery store in Iowa anymore, right? She's grocery store bag boy hot, but you're the quarterback of the Rams, Kurt.
And you're MVP. You're an MVP quarterback.
She can't go to Supercuts anymore, Kurt. You just signed a $47 million, which in 2001 is a lot of money. $47 million, contract extension. She needs to get pretty now, or you're going to have to get a lawyer involved. I remember saying that, and people are like, you son of a bitch. That is so mean. I'm like, I don't care. $47 million. I don't care. Like, you gotta, you're not driving a shitty car with $47 million.
No, you're not. No,
Come on.
Not. But the sad thing is she still has the same haircut. I
know. I mean, whatever. If that's what he likes, that's what he likes. But
maybe she does some other things that, supersede the haircut. Who knows?
I mean, look at Gronkowski's fiance. She's a Playboy model.
Dude, but Gronk is a beast. What I love about Gronk is I'm sure he loves her, and then she loves him. Because
she seems really nice.
I think she was like E Entertainment or something. She used to be like a correspondent.
Yeah,
she's a gorgeous girl, and she's all about Gronk, and she loves to have fun like he loves to have fun. But Gronk can have anybody he wants.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure she knows that, so she's gonna stay on her game. That's the.
I know who Gronk can have anytime he wants. I live with her. Yeah, so. My girlfriend is not a football fan, but she will watch games with me to support me and my fandom. Right. But I notice anytime Gronkowski catches a pass, anytime they show him on the sideline, she just lights up. Oh, it's Rob Gronkowski. And I'm like, Jesus, are you going to make me wear his jersey in the bedroom? Because I will. Am I going to have to go spike that ass in there? Is that what I'm going to have to do? Gronk spike. But, every girl loves
Gronk. Baby. Role play, put on the Gronk jersey, make it happen. Whatever she likes.
I will. I bought her a Gronk jersey for Christmas. And she's like, oh, why did you buy me this? I go, because that's your real man. That's who you really want. That's who you want.
You're wrong, man. You got to buy the Gronk jersey for you. And then say, what's my name?
Oh yeah,
that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and she's gonna and then she's gonna look at me in this candlelit room and go, Gronk, you let yourself go. And
that's okay as long as she calls you Gronk. That's all that matters. And I say this as a super straight person, because there's a real term called super straight.
You gotta preface it, yeah.
There's a real term. We have to preface that now because there is an actual term. But Brady and Gronk are probably two of the most gorgeous people to ever play football. It's ridiculous. How are you that talented and that good looking? It kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm secure in my sexuality enough to be able to, to say that's a good looking guy. Like Tim Tebow. People are like, oh man, he's overrated. I go, like, in what way? Like looks wise, the guy's pretty perfect,
He looks
right?
like a model. Yeah, he looks like a model. He's ridiculous. Yeah.
Personality wise, you can't hate it. He's a sweetheart of a boy. You know what I mean? Like he's a nice guy.
And he really is. He really is.
Yeah. So I mean, if you hate him, it's it's because you hate yourself a little bit, probably.
And now Tampa's getting all that hate that New England used to get.
I know. I love it.
You got and it really is true. There have been plenty of times I watched the game and I went, that man is. This is just not fair. I've sat there and said that as a fan, saying it's just not fair. He's
Steve. I hate to interrupt you. We have a special treat. I believe we have Kurt Warner's wife joining the show right now. So.
Let's see it.
Let's bring her in here.
Nice.
Hello. How's it going? Oh, she left. What a coward.
She left.
Yeah. She popped in for a second.
That was a nicer haircut, though. That was the old haircut. That one was cool.
That was a blonde version of her. Not bad. Not bad.
The haircut she has now, she actually looks like she's in the military. She looks like G.I. Jane. I'm not good.
I support the troops. Absolutely. Way to go. Way to go. All right, Steve, before we get out of here, I do want to I want to see if there's a player that we cut that you didn't expect on the 53 final, and if it bothered you or if it was somebody that was unexpected, and also, kind of a sentimental cut. Is there somebody on the team?
That is a great question. No, everybody that cut, I expected to get cut out as a twist. I'll say this. I'm disappointed that they brought back some of those people they cut and put them in this practice squad, i.e., Ryan Griffin. I don't dislike Ryan Griffin. I'm sure he's a wonderful person. He does a great job of holding Brady up when Brady gets drunk. He's excellent at that. But what else is he good for? I don't understand. I just don't understand. So there's not anybody that's gotten cut so far, at least not on our team, that I didn't expect to get cut. If you're talking about NFL-wide, Cam getting cut, I was like, oh, wow. But on our team, there's not one person that got cut that I didn't expect. There is one person, however, that didn't get cut that I was really surprised and happy that he didn't get cut. And that was Mr. Irrelevant himself, Grant Stewart.
Well, don't get too happy because he might not be there as soon as these guys come back from COVID. So part of the signings and everything was you still don't have Sue on the 53. You still don't have you still got a couple of guys there, including Suck Up, that as soon as they bring those guys back before next week's game, they're going to be like, hey, you were an NFL player for a week, Grant. All right, get out of here. All right, sorry, Rudy. But we'll see. We'll see. I would like to talk about the Cam thing real fast, too, because I do have a take on it. And, everybody was shocked. You see a former MVP, you see this big, mountain of a man, whether you like his personality or not. It's not his fault he dresses like a bag lady. He's got mental problems. But I wasn't shocked at the cut. And I really I was more impressed by Bill Belichick for doing this because, he's the GM and the coach. I think it was the right move because it takes all doubt away from Mac Jones, right? Now he knows he doesn't have Cam over his shoulder. You don't have the distraction of the media, the Boston media, all over the practice field, all over the Zoom meetings or in-person meetings, going, so what are the chances that Cam, can win the game or win his job back and blah 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 blah. You just nip it in the bud. You got to get rid of the distraction. You free up some payroll, and you tell Mac Jones, you're the future, you're the now. Let's go win a championship. I think it was the right move. I think the fact that Bill Belichick said, you know what, I don't care what people think. I don't care if all the pundits think I'm a jackass. I'm Bill Belichick. I've won a lot of Super Bowls, and this is my decision. And I thought it was the right move. If you're going to go with Mac Jones, got to get rid of Cam. It was surprising, but after I thought about it for a while, that's the right move, man. You know, you don't divorce somebody and then put them in the spare bedroom. You know, so
unless you're Matt. I think Matt lives down the street from his ex-wife. I really do. I'm not. When he told me he lived down the street from his ex-wife, I'm like, dude, my ex-wife lives across the country, and
That's better.
I've been married twice. But one of them lives across the country. The other one lives in another country. I'm not trying to be close to them. Just not trying to do it.
Yeah, mine lives mine lives across town, but you know, she hates me enough. I don't think she's showing up anywhere, so it's fine.
I get out of Dodge, man. I'm like, I'm out of there. I'm like, yeah, we're good. I'm out.
Absolutely.
As far as Cam, I agree with you. It was surprising to me that they let him go. I figured they let him start for like a couple of 3 games, maybe even get through the game with us, and then after that, let him go. Or you know, because I know he wouldn't want to sit behind Mac Jones. I figured Cam was going to be like, "Yeah, I'm out, dude." But the fact that they played him every single game, he got first snaps in every single game of the preseason. He was QB1 in every single game of the preseason, and was hilarious. This shows you Bill Belichick. I want to say the D word. It was a total D move, but I don't know if I can say it this early. It was a total D move, bro. Because the day before he cut him, Cam on his Instagram posted a picture of himself in his jersey and then wrote QB1. The very next day he got cut.
That might be why. I mean, that might be Bill Belichick might have been on Instagram and been like, "Oh, you think you're QB1, do you? All right, well, I guess you're not going to like the thing that I'm about to do. Oh, by the way, I don't know where you get that font that you do your Instagram post in. That's pretty stupid." It's like, have you seen his Instagram post? I'm like, what font is that? Who's posting for you, Satan? Like, what the hell? How do you even do that? What app is that? I don't want to know, but yeah.
He writes Instagram the way he dresses. It's awful. Awful.
Yeah. Well, good luck. Now, before we go, where do you think he goes?
Oh, I've heard Indy, and Indy could use him because Carson Wentz is probably the most unreliable quarterback in the league,
and he sucks.
And I think he wouldn't if he just stayed healthy. So Carson Wentz is not reliable. I think if he goes to Indy, man, he'd be in good company. I wouldn't be surprised with Houston. If he goes to Houston, he's going to get beat the hell because they don't have an offensive line. So he needs to go somewhere with a good offensive line that is looking for a running quarterback. Because I heard a stat last year. I didn't know this. As bad as he was last year, Cam got 52 first downs. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think the real that is cool, but the stat that really hurt him was, what did he have? 8 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, or
that was the stat. Now,
something like that.
He had 12 rushing touchdowns. He had 8 scoring touchdowns and 10 interceptions. And when you're a quarterback, you got to be able to throw the ball.
And they didn't make the playoffs, so that's not good. So that's always going to put a damper on. Well, Steve, dude, thanks so much for being on with me, man. This has been awesome. Feel free to hop on any Wednesday that I'm on, dude. It's always great.
Great show,
all right, buddy. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. All right, talk to you later. There you go, Steve, everybody. And that's it. I got to get out of the way. Wrong music, fat ass. There you go. My outro music. This was fun, man. I will be booking more guests. I'll be putting together some more benchmarks for this show. I think I'm comfortable now. I think we're good. I don't know. Why am I screaming? I don't care. 8 days away, man. 8 days until the Bucs kick off against the Cowboys. Very excited about it. Follow me on social media. If you follow my Twitter, you know I live tweet all Bucs games. Sometimes, I get in trouble for it. That's just me. I'm not going to stop being me. At Johnny B Comedy on Twitter. Johnny B Tampa on everything else. Instagram, TikTok, pretty much whatever you can think of. JohnnyBComedy.com is my website where you can get links to all this crap. And also find my calendar for my stand-up. I'm a stand-up comedian. That's my first job. And then I'm a radio personality. And now a Best of the Bay nominated streamer. Yeah. Go vote, man. Seriously, go. Oh, that way. Go. Go. Creative Loafing's Best of the Bay. I would love to win. best internet show. We're nominated. Out of Bounds. Go vote. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. I appreciate it. Timmy, I'm so glad you're feeling better, man. All righty. Bye-bye.